So Ring recently came out with 2 new additions to their alarm system, and one of them is absolutely amazing. It's a flying drone that takes off from a base station. You can control it from your phone, fly it around your house when you're not home, or I guess even if you are home, and you can have it check on things while you're away. That's amazing. It's going to come out in a couple of months. It's going to be $250, so really affordable for a drone. I'm excited to get that. But what they came out now is this new Ring Mailbox Sensor. So the idea behind this sensor is that it's a motion sensor you install in your mailbox, and it can alert you anytime your mailbox is accessed. So whether it's the letter carrier dropping off packages or letters, or really if it's somebody trying to steal your mail, it gives you those notifications. So in this video, I'm going to show you what comes in the box and then walk you through an install, and then at the end give you my thoughts on it, because I've been using it for about a week now. So stick around. All right, so we're going to jump right into it. And I think first off, let's talk about what it comes in this box. Everything that comes in the kit, it's ready to go. One thing I will say before we jump into that is the Ring Mailbox Sensor, you have to have the Ring bridge. They used to be called the Lightning Bridge. Now it's just called the Ring Bridge, because this doesn't actually work off of the Ring alarm system. It works off of all of the new lighting accessories that they've come out with. So it's basically a motion sensor that you have to have the bridge for. So you can buy it with or without the bridge. I already have the Ring pathway light, so I didn't need to buy a bridge. So I bought just the sensor, but you will need that bridge in order to make this work. So keep that in mind as we move forward in the video. You will need that bridge. So if you already don't have one, make sure you pick one up when you pick up your sensor. But let's talk about what comes in the box, and then I'll walk you through an install of how to install this sucker in your mailbox. It's a really quick and simple install.
All right, so in the box comes this motion sensor, an antenna to place on the outside of your mailbox, as metal mailboxes will block the signal, so you need that antenna outside. A protected by Ring sticker, which you'll place on the antenna. It comes with a drill bit in case you need to drill into your mailbox. A mounting bracket for that motion sensor. Then you get some self-adhesive sticks, some cable ties, a couple of screws. Everything you need is right in the box. Okay, so to pair the sensor, we're going to do it all from the Ring app. So in the Ring app, you're going to hit the button to add a device. And then in the menu, you'll see they've now added the mailbox sensor. So I'm going to select the mailbox sensor. And it's going to make sure they confirm my address. And then there's a little QR code on the back of the sensor. It's going to want you to scan. That's going to help the install. Here it's asking if I'm going to install it in a metal or wood mailbox, and we'll see why in a minute. So I'm doing it in a metal, so I selected that. Now it's going to show me to open up the back. That's how I'll insert batteries, but there's a little switch inside, and that's going to be important for the metal mailbox. When you put that switch in the lower position, it tells the sensor to use the external antenna. If that's going to be in wood, then you don't need the external antenna, and you can just slip that switch in the top position. So it's in the bottom position for the antenna. We're going to put 3 AAA batteries in. They do not come in the box, so make sure you've got some AAA batteries. Once those are all set, we're going to continue. Now, of course, since this is a new product, I had to install a software update. So this is going to take a little bit here, and it's going to go through and install the software update. While it's doing that, it's showing me some install videos. And we'll just let this install that update. This is probably a good point while this is updating to remind you to please like and subscribe. Hit that like button, it helps me out. That tells YouTube that these are videos that you're interested in, so it helps us grow the channel. And then subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this, some tech reviews, how-to videos. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Okay, as this finishes its update here, we'll be ready to pair it to our lighting bridge. As a reminder, you'll need to buy the bridge if you don't already have one. It does not come with it. So as this finishes up here, make sure you have a bridge, you've plugged that in, it's ready to go, and that's going to be our next step here. it wants us to select where it's going to be placed. And so I already have a group set up for front yard. If not, you can select a new group and make that group your front yard. So at this point, the sensor is now connecting to my bridge. So you want to make sure they're pretty close together. It says to keep them just a few feet apart. Actually, I didn't do that. They were about 15, 20 feet apart, and it seemed to work okay. So that is going to be pairing up here, and this takes just a few minutes. Okay, now that that's all finished, you'll hit continue. It's going to tell you how to install it, and that's, our video here is going to walk you through that in just a bit, but that's pretty much it. That's the process for pairing it to the app. This really is the hardest part and what takes the longest, so you can see how easy that was. So we'll just walk through the rest of the install now, starting by heading outside and taking a look at my mailbox. Okay, so I'm going to install this sensor. Here's my mailbox. I'm going to install the actual motion sensor on the back plate on the back of the mailbox. Ring tells you to put it on the door itself, but I'm going to put it in the back this way nobody can really see it. It should work just fine. The outdoor sensor is going to, or the antenna rather, is going to go on the back of the mailbox, so it's facing my house, so I get a better signal. As I was looking to see where I'm going to run the wire, this hole actually is on the bottom of my mailbox, which will work perfect to run the wire for the antenna from the outside all the way into the inside, so I can plug it into the motion sensor. So this is the motion sensor. I've plugged in the antenna wire to it. As I said, it fit right in that slot, so I was fortunate I didn't have to drill anything. So to mount this, I'm going to put a couple of the self-adhesive strips on it, which you can see right here. And then really it's just peeling off the backing and putting it on the back of that mailbox. So super simple install. Can't get any easier than that. There it is. It's now installed on the back of the mailbox, and we'll go to the back side here so I can show you what I'm going to do with this antenna wire. The antenna wire is hanging out the bottom. I put some of those self-adhesive strips on the antenna itself. Gonna just stick that right back on the outside of the mailbox. Couldn't get any easier really. I'm gonna just hold it there for a little bit to make sure it sticks really well, and then we'll be set. Place that protected by ring sticker. Obviously that's optional, but I put it on anyways. And then as we go around to the front here, you'll see the completed install. It's truly that easy. So the motion sensors in the back, this way the letter carrier won't see it. I don't have to worry about them thinking there's something wired up to my mailbox. Simple, easy install, and it works. So every time you open that up, it's going to send a signal that there's motion.
All right, so that's it. So you saw how easy it is to install. It takes about 10-15 minutes to get it installed, and that's pretty much it. It's a very simple process of just having a motion sensor within your mailbox. I've been using it for about a week, and I could tell you I think the concept is pretty interesting. Ring has a lot of work to do, though, to make it more integrated within the Ring ecosystem. Ideally, I'd have this set so that it notifies my Ring chime unit if there's access or if there's motion detected. What I really wanted to do is anytime the mailbox gets opened up, I'd like my chime to go off with a motion alert, just like my cameras do or your doorbell does. That would be ideal. Surprisingly, you can't do that yet. You can tie it to your camera system, so I have it set to where if motion's detected in the mailbox, my Ring doorbell will record because the mailbox is within the view of the doorbell. So that's a plus. So at least if something went missing, I can research it that way. Because Ring is owned by Amazon, it is fully integrated with the Alexa unit. So I did set up a routine within the Alexa app where if the Ring mailbox sensor detects movement, it sets off a routine where it lets one of my Alexas announce, "You've got mail." I programmed that in. You can have it say whatever you want or set off a chime that way. But I really shouldn't have to go around the issue. I really should just be able to access it and set up an integration with the chime unit. That would be ideal. But you can do it through a routine within the Alexa app if you've got an Alexa unit. So that's a possible way to get the alert. That's what I've been doing to help me know if when the mail carrier arrives and I've got mail or not. And that's a good way. But I really wish it integrated a little bit better within the Ring app. Also, I don't even see a pop-up when there's motion detected like I do with my cameras or like the pathway lights or something like that. So that might be a user setting. I'm going to dive into that a little bit more. But overall, it's a pretty cheap way to secure your mailbox. It's inexpensive, easy to install. You can certainly do it yourself. So it's been going great. I did notice that I had some range issues with where I had my lighting hub to where the sensor was. What is really interesting is I've got pathway lights in the front yard and the backyard. So I had the hub centered really more towards the backyard, but I had no issue with the pathway lights reaching it. But for some reason, I had issues with this mailbox sensor reaching the hub. So I did have to relocate the hub to be a little bit more centrally located within my house so that it does reach the mailbox. But ever since I made that move, I've had no connection issues. It's been working great. Again, once they work out a deeper integration with this, I think it'll be a much better product. But it's still great to use if you have some concern or you live in a high traffic area, there's a lot of foot traffic by your mailbox, you want that little extra peace of mind. It's a good tool to get. It's, like I said, it's cheap and easy to install. So that's it for this video. Certainly subscribe and give me a like, and subscribe if you want to see what that flying drone is all about. I'm excited to get it and get my hands on it and show you what it's all about. I can't wait to test it. So subscribe so you don't miss that video, but give me a thumbs up. And that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully this video was helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next video.